Hey guys, what's going on? Today we're going to be looking at the Monsterarts Godzilla 2001, which I just ended up getting not too long ago because I ordered it from Japan, so I'm getting it a little early. This figure was originally released in early July for Japan, so it took a little while to get shipping here to the United States. But to start off, we'll take a look at the box. This is the box it came in. Pretty cool box. It's kind of like a green tint with a picture of the figure on the front of it. Obviously, Monsterarts Godzilla 2001. It has a 2016 trademark sticker because it just came out this year. Web exclusive because this was just online only. This side, nothing much. The back has all of the pictures that we got to see before the figure actually came out. Just some information down at the bottom, and then this side is another picture, and the bottom is just the legal stuff. And then, of course, the shipping box, just standard, nothing crazy. But we'll get right into the figure himself. This figure is awesome. I'm just gonna get that right out of the way. This is probably my favorite figure I have in my collection right now. I've been waiting for this thing for so long, since I pre-ordered it like literally a day before they even were supposed to be allowed for pre-orders. So I've been waiting a little while. The design and detail on this is incredible. I have no complaints with the sculpt. As you can see, this thing just looks awesome. So, all of the skin texturing looks great, feels great, just a touch. We'll take a look at his head here if I can get it to focus right. But you can see his eye looks perfect. It's like gray with like a white like wash over it almost, so it shines really nice. The inside of his mouth is fully detailed, and including his tongue, which is a separate piece stuck in there. And then of course his neck going down all looks fantastic. And then his spines all look great. They're all kind of like mangled and twisted. They're sculpted like that. A lot of people kind of thought that they were bent when they first started to come out, but they're sculpted like that, don't worry. His tail is segmented really nicely, and it has like that really streamlined, thin appearance that Godzilla 2001 had. His legs and feet look awesome as well. They look just the way they should have. But yeah, this thing looks great. And then it's all in this, of course, standard Godzilla charcoal gray color. And it has really nice like washing done, like with the toes. It starts out really dark and then fades into the kind of like light grayish white that he had. His nails are the same way on his fingers, and his spines are like that same kind of color too, where they start with the darker gray that's closer to his skin color, and they fade out to like the whiterish gray. And then his teeth have kind of like that bonish color to them. The only spots that the paint seems to be applied kind of sloppy is the teeth. Some of them don't get coated entirely, but they're all individual teeth, so what can you do with that? And then of course his tongue is almost like a lighter color than the backdrop of his mouth. But that's it really for the coloring and detail. For articulation, you get his mouth will open and close. And with his neck, it has a couple of different sections right here that you can kind of get to move around, and they will twist Some people's pop off right here. Mine hasn't yet. Mine's pretty stiff. But you can get some pretty good motion out of his head just like that. His tongue is actually on a little bit of a ball joint, so you can get it kind of move back and forth. But mine did come out, and it is a pain to get back in. So don't mess with it if you really don't need to move it for anything, because it's really hard to get back in. His arms have, you know, the basic SH Monsterarts movement. They're pretty good. They have a good range of motion. Some of his sculpt kind of gets in the way that kind of limits it a little bit, like his elbow. But other than that, they all have, of course, really good articulation. Mine's hand falls off. One of the few things that's fallen off on mine. But it's simple enough to put back in. Just slip it back on and it'll stay. This arm right here is a lot looser than this one. I kind of feel like it's going to lose its posability over time. And then his abdomen will move like this and stretch out and back. I mean, you will get a spine gap, but it's not the worst spine gap we've ever seen. And with that, you can kind of get a little bit of side to side and around, just because it moves here and here. His legs move around. Not very much right here where they connect to his body, but you do get movement. And then his knee is actually on a pegged ball joint. So there's a ball joint here, and there's a long peg that goes up in here. And then the kneecap is a floating piece. The only reason to know that is because this leg falls off super easy. And then this piece right here is also free floating, and there's a ball joint on his ankle. So you get some good movement on his ankle more than you actually get up on the rest of his leg, which is kind of funny. So the posability there is a little limited with his legs, but it's good. I mean, it's still really good. And then, of course, the tail is actually one of the nicer tails on a Monsterarts figure because it's stiff and hard plastic, as opposed to the soft plastic that will not hold its shape. This will actually hold its shape wherever you put it. It will stay, no problem. So that's an improvement. Then mine has a little paint splotch right there, but that's quality control. Not everybody's is going to have that. But overall, it's a really, really good figure. Probably my favorite Godzilla I have now. I've been waiting for this for so long. This thing is absolutely incredible, and I will get in some size comparisons. Here he is with some more Bandai SH Monsterarts figures. As you can see, he's a little bulkier than the Godzilla 2000. He seems to be just a little bit bigger than the other Monsterarts figures. And then, of course, he's very large compared to this Heisei King Ghidorah. Here he is next to the Bandai Creation Godzilla 2001, and then the NECA Godzilla 2014. And as you can see, he's a lot bulkier than either of these figures, just because this is a really, like, heavy sculpted Godzilla, which is really why I love this figure. And here he is with the Bandai 2001 King Ghidorah, which this actually doesn't look too bad because they were really similar sized in the movie. I think this looks better than what this figure looks like with that King Ghidorah, which is the 8-inch Godzilla 2001 from Bandai. I think this right here is a really good like scale up. It looks like a better fight, where this is the 8-inch figure, which is about an inch taller. So yeah, he is about 7 inches tall because this is right at 8 inches. So overall, the Bandai SH Monsterarts Godzilla 2001 is absolutely incredible for a figure. I definitely recommend you guys going and getting one of these if you can find it. I know it's still just coming out, so it's pretty limited to find. It's between $80 and $100 depending on where you get it, and then shipping is dependent on where you buy from. I highly recommend getting this if you collect SH Monsterarts figures, or if you don't, you're just getting into it. Just get this. It is incredible. There's not very many problems with it, just a few pieces fall off, but it is a phenomenal sculpt, and it has great articulation, and is overall just an amazing figure. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and as always, I'll get you in the next one.